This report, Climate Change 2021, the physical science basis, expands our knowledge of attribution of climate change, including the human contribution to extreme weather events. And it provides us with an improved understanding of climate change, including warming, past, present, and future. First, it tells us that it is indisputable that human activities are causing climate change and making extreme weather events more frequent and severe. Second, it shows that climate change is affecting every region on our planet. And lastly, it explains that strong, rapid, sustained reductions in carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gas emissions would be required to limit global warming.
We have known for decades that the world is warming, but the recent changes we have seen in the climate are now widespread, rapid, and intensifying. Some of the changes we see today are unprecedented in thousands of years or never seen before. The recent rate of warming is unprecedented in at least 2,000 years. To measure how the climate is changing, we looked at a key indicator, the average temperature of the Earth's surface over a period of at least a decade compared to the average in the late 1800s. Climate change is contributing to increase in extreme heat, heavy precipitation event, and the drought. Since 1950s, hot extremes, including heat waves over land and the marine heat wave, have become more frequent and more intense. Heavy precipitation events have become more frequent and more intense. And we see increasing drought in some regions. These consequences to heat, rainfall, and the drought touch our whole planet, not just people, but also plants and animals, both nature and agriculture. The growing season of plants has lengthened on average in large parts of the Northern Hemisphere. Fire weather, the combination of dry, hot, and windy conditions that is conducive to wildfire is becoming more frequent in many parts of the world. Multiple changes are taking place in ocean, which is warming, acidifying, and losing oxygen, affecting ocean life and the people who depend on it.
There will be further warming in the coming decades. What is clear from this report is that unless there are immediate, strong, rapid, and large-scale reductions in greenhouse gas emissions, limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius will be beyond reach. The report shows that in the next 20 years, global warming, the average temperature at the Earth's surface over a period of 20 years, is expected to reach or exceed 1.5 degrees Celsius above the late 1800s. However, if we rapidly reduce greenhouse gas emissions, if we can reach global net zero CO2 emissions around 2050, it is extremely likely that we can keep global warming well below 2 degrees. If we do this, it is more likely than not that temperature would gradually decline to below or around 1.5 degrees Celsius by the end of the century, with a temporary overshoot of no more than 0.1 degrees Celsius. But if global greenhouse gas emissions remain around today's levels in the coming decades, we would reach 2 degrees of global warming by the middle of this century.